going on, everybody? It's Tim here, and in this video I wanted to just look at a couple of stocks. We're going to go over some charts. I'm going to look over Aapl, Nvidia, Meta or Facebook, and the SPY. Now these are all in a clear downtrend in my eyes. I'm going to give you some levels to watch out for and what I expect over in the next couple weeks. And if you like these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's look at these stocks. And first off, just looking at the SPY, you'll see that since August 16 we have been in a downtrend. And of course you can zoom out and see that we've been in a longer term downtrend than that, but this is where I wanted to go off of. You'll see that for now the price action is, I'd say, widening. Unless we just continue to tighten here, I do think we're due for either a pretty big push upwards, at least a test of 370 area. Otherwise we're going to break our recent low, this 357, 356. We did just break our low. That's definitely not good news, and in my eyes more downside is coming. That being said, there could definitely be a short-term rally and this range could increase. We could continue to see this kind of widening pattern. And zooming in a bit, you'll see that we recently hit our low on September 30. We bounced today. Today's the 3rd, we definitely bounced there. I can personally see this topping out around here, coming back down and retesting it, maybe having a nice W, a double bottom, or we fail and we fall further. And as a side note, Apple's definitely in a downtrend, and as Apple falls, it's very likely SPY will fall as well. Apple is a large percentage of the SPY. So it's going to be important that you continue to watch the SPY, see which direction it goes in. In my eyes, I'm definitely short biased, and I mean, we recently just hit a low, so to me there's no reason to think it's just going to turn around and run up from here. We might have a little pop, but in my eyes that's just going to be a dead cat bounce and we're going to fall further. And like I said with Apple, it's in a clear downtrend. You'll see that around the same time, middle of August, it just started absolutely falling. Now the range does seem to be tightening here. And same with the SPY, we could definitely see a double bottom here, a push back up, and maybe it bounces from here, maybe it double bottoms and comes back. But on a large bounce, I do think it won't reach more than 150, and it'll likely find resistance here and start falling more. It is, in my eyes, going to follow this pattern. Now, do we come back down to 130 and erase all these gains we had since the middle of June? I think it's definitely possible. As I've said previously, I think Apple's starting to look like a good entry point, definitely in my eyes in the 130s, 120s. That being said, you know, we can go further down than that. We are obviously in a downtrend, but I will likely start picking up some Apple around 130, around 120. At that level, I do see it as a great long-term stock, and I think that'll be a great opportunity to add to Apple. Although I won't go in heavy knowing that we're in a downtrend, I will add at that point. And another one in my eyes that's starting to get attractive is Nvidia, NVDA. And this one, just like Apple, has been in a downtrend. This one a bit longer, however. This has been in a downtrend since 2021, November. And one interesting pattern to watch for this one is we are in this falling wedge, and typically a falling wedge, you will break out of that. And with Nvidia, you'll see that this one already double bottomed. Now from here, we can definitely come up, we can test this 130 area, or we can fall down further and break 120. I do think a breakout of this falling wedge will bring us up potentially, but it won't break us past 170. And I remain short biased on this one. I can definitely see Nvidia coming down to around 100 before leveling out and having a huge bounce. But this is another one that I do think is starting to look very attractive as a long-term stock. And as many of you know, I'm very bullish on the semiconductor space. I have stocks like Indy, I've held AMD before, I've traded Nvidia. I currently don't have any Nvidia, currently don't have any AMD either. And as a side note, I'm actually watching AMD as well. It's starting to look attractive too, looking really attractive too. But I definitely see Nvidia long-term as a great time to start entering. Next up, I wanted to talk about Meta, and this one I'm actually down massively on still. And in my opinion, this one's still on a downtrend. I personally think it is going to decide a new direction very soon. We have this tightening going on. We're either going to break out to the upside or break out to the downside. This is a pennant right here. But you'll see that we were trading in this sideways channel. We broke up a few times just to get rejected, and then we finally broke to the downside and have just been violently selling off. It has since been tightening up though once it hit the 130s, and we are going to get a new direction on Meta soon, so I suggest you keep an eye on it. I do think where it's at, it's an extremely great time to add, and I would argue we're actually near the bottom on Meta. Of all these stocks, I think we're closer to a bottom on Meta than any of the others. I could be wrong, that's my personal opinion, but let me know how you guys feel down below in the comments. Which of these are you watching? Are you just averaging into the SPY, or are you just trading the SPY? What are you currently doing in the market? Thanks as always, guys, and take it easy.